Now, Heartland News at 10.
An emergency at 20,000 feet ends in Cape Girardeau. Two pilots with quite a story to tell, and we've got home video of the landing you will only see on Heartland News. Good evening. It was anything but a routine landing for two men from Arkansas.
At 27,000 feet, the windshield of their plane failed. They passed out. When they woke, they were in a free fall. 20,000 feet in just over a minute. Tonight, we have exclusive video of that plane landing, and we let the amateur photographer himself describe the amazing scene in his own words.
The airport. It looks like the runway should be about 12 o'clock, a quarter mile for you, just to get to the numbers there, sir.
Roger, we got the airport. We're trying to base the final at this time.
At this point, they're turning what's called final approach. I didn't have any idea that the plane was damaged as it turned out to be, looking through that small viewfinder and that camera. At this point, the pilot's having a tough time seeing the runway because the windshield has spider web. It's cracked. It's not blown out, but it's just basically turned white. And at this point, he only has one control surface on the tail. He has one elevator left. He and the other pilot are working together. I'll be able to get back to him just before he touches the ground here. I lost him for a second.
Seven Alpha Juliet, turn left at the end of the runway. Taxi to parking, and I think you'll be surprised when you get out and take a look at the airplane.
Roger, we turn left, and nothing can surprise us anymore right now.
Those words would come back to haunt those pilots because they would be surprised. After free falling 20,000 feet in just over a minute, we get our first glimpse of the damage that fall caused to their plane. Take a look at this. One part of the tail literally missing, and the pilots have absolutely no pitch control. The only way they were able to get the plane on the ground was by using the throttle and speed to bring it onto the runway. Around front, the shattered windshield.
Yeah, I'd have to say that had to be a little rough.
You happen to talk to him, tell him we said so.
And you can see where the wings of the plane actually were bent from the fall.
Check out his wing, Brian. I got one. This market ain't got one.
Pretty amazing stuff there. Apparently when the windshield cracked, it depressurized the plane, and they passed out. And these are younger guys, we understand, so that may have helped them.
They had?
I don't know exactly how much experience. They actually rented a car and continued on to Arkansas. But apparently, and I'm not an expert, but they passed out, the plane started falling, and when it got to a lower altitude, they woke up. That they're pretty groggy. You could tell by the way they sounded in the story that they were kind of groggy. But airport manager Bruce Loy says he has never seen anything like this.
Probably the most amazing situation I've ever seen in the 10 years I've been in Cape Girardeau, and I got to tell you, actually throughout my career, I don't think I've ever seen an aircraft land with this much damage, especially to the tail, and have the pilots be able to land accurately, safely, and be able to survive.
We understand the FAA will be in town tomorrow to conduct an investigation, and the pilots should be here to help out as well.
Well, they are so lucky. Just wonder how did that plane land? And so they came to it like 7,000 feet to correct and land?
7,000 feet, and they're, all the instruments are pegged, and that's pretty crazy.
But they held it together.
Been able to talk to them, but they
maybe when they come back,
they were kind of out of it. Yeah,
they probably didn't want to talk to us today anyway.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Well, people in Central Florida will be dealing with disaster for some time. The death toll from this